Why can't thanks ever be singular as a noun? While looking at the part of speech of the noun thanks in an online dictionary, I noticed that it was a plural noun and wondered if it could be used in singular form. Glancing at the origin, it appears that the Old English word thank was once used as the singular form of this noun. I assume it would be appropriate at that time period to say I have a thank. If you felt thankful for a single thing instead of being limited to always say I have thanks, as we do in modern English. Nowadays, I believe we only use the plural form thanks as the noun in all cases. We can never have a single thank. Instead, we can only have thanks. I find this odd. It would make sense to have kept the singular form of the noun. Often we are grateful for a single action or event, and it seems more accurate to have a single thank rather than many thanks. Is there any known specific background history as to why this is?
The simple answer to the op is that it's a fixed expression because we've said thanks that way for many centuries. Old English thank, thonk in late use grateful thought, gratitude, plural form thanks from mid-13c, from the same root as thank, v. Compare Old Saxon thank, Old Frisian thank, Old Norse thok, Dutch dank, German dank. The Old English noun originally and chiefly meant thought, reflection, sentiment, mind, will, purpose, also grace, mercy, pardon, pleasure, satisfaction. As short for I give you thanks from 1580s, often with extensions, such as thanks a lot, 1908. Spelling thanks attested by 1907. Emphasis mind. In the etymology of the verb thank we notice a relationship to think. Old English thanchen, tonchen to give thanks, thank, to recompense, reward, from Proto-Germanic thankogen, cognates, Old Saxon thankon, Old Norse thaka, Danish taki, Old Frisian thankia, Old High German danken, Middle Dutch, German danken to thank, from thankos thought, gratitude, from pi root tong to think, feel, related phonetically to think as song is to sing, for sense evolution, compare Old High German minna loving memory, originally memory, related to Old English noun thank, thonk, originally thought, but by circa 1000 good thoughts, gratitude. In ironical use, to blame, from 1550s. To thank someone for nothing is recorded from 1703. Emphasis mind. It is safe to assume that gratitude produces an ongoing series of thankful thoughts as benefits resurface over time. Looking back, thanks acknowledges many grateful thoughts. Looking forward, it foresees many grateful thoughts. After almost 45 years, I haven't forgotten the kindness Mr. Schellinger, my 6th grade teacher, showed me. I have enjoyed many thankful thoughts of him over that time, and I don't suspect them to cease. Thanks Mr. S.
Thanks is considered a plural noun, however used to denote one expression of gratitude. There is a transition in the history from the obsolete singular form to the current plural form. In OED, the latest examples of the singular form is from the end of the 13th century, and the earliest examples of the plural form is from the beginning of 14th century. The latest example of the singular form is from the Havelock the Dane, the second oldest surviving romance written in English. 1300, composition date. Thus valde thaith use me how reft, but God hank, he hounet sure keft dot gode thank, God thank, equals Latin Deo gratias, French grâce à Dieu, thanks, be, to God, thank God. There are also earlier usages like, is this the thank which you return to God? 1642, D. Rogers, Naaman. He will thank you woman. I will none of his thank. A 1556, N. Udall, Ralph Royster Doyster. The earliest example of the plural form is from the Einbeit of Inwit, a confessional prose work written in a Kentish dialect of Middle English, translation of the French Psalm La Roi, 1340. Me, him ni yelda thinks of his goats, that he os hath yo. OED also mentions that it was formerly sometimes construed as singular, and we see an example from 1481, the History of Renard the Fox, William Caxton's English translation. All hath he but little thank. According to OED, The current plural noun form first appears in Shakespeare's Titus Andronicus in 1594. Thanks to men of noble minds, is honorable meed. Another plural form appears in Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet in 1599. Else is his thanks too much. Shakespeare might have an influence on the usage of the current plural form, and the expression might have been used in that form till today. There was a slightly different form thanks also as mentioned before. On the other hand, there is also the usage of thank where thank is used in singular noun form. OED mentions that it is rare but not obsolete. It might be used mainly in literature, and there is an example as late as 1849, from H. W. Longfellow's Black Knight. The children drank, gave many a courteous thank. Finally, OED puts the following note below the obsolete sense of thank: kindly thought or feeling entertained towards anyone for favor or services received, grateful thought, gratitude. Rarely NPL. The sense of gratitude, kindly or loving feeling for favor or benefit must have been developed between that of goodwill, good feeling generally, and that of the expression of gratitude. But the feeling passes so naturally into its expression that it is not easy to separate them in the quotations, except of the accompanying verbs. To express one's thanks, in the archaic to con thanks, ought to mean to express one's feelings of gratitude, but to give, offer, return or receive thanks, ought to mean to give or receive the expression of gratitude, so to have thanks, but this is less clear. In many instances it is impossible to say which is meant.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.